Hi, my name is Carlos Pola. We're here in Huayua, Sonsonate, El Salvador. We cultivate specialty coffee. Specialty coffee is different from commercial coffee because you do kind of a micro lots that you can also trace back to the farm. You can track and understand what it takes and where it comes from and who was involved in making that coffee.
We're really privileged about how good our lands are. For someone who doesn't know about how special the Salvadoran coffee is, I would say to see it as our essence, as something that it will identify our country, and to have that respect to the coffee and to be aware that it's not just the coffee, it's not just the cup of coffee, it's for that coffee, it went through at least like 20 hands from different people.
The idea is to create people and educate people so that they can also benefit from being in an industry that has much more value and it also distributes wealth much more socially right. I mean, I'm not saying that, I'm against big mass production, but when you do this, then there's people getting better products and somebody else is specializing in making those products and everybody benefits.
¿Este trabajo qué significa para usted y su familia?
Primeramente, que es un trabajo estable. Primeramente,
so basically it's for his family and for him is a way of life. With this coffee industry expertise to give to the other generations, to his grandkids that in some point they're gonna be on charge. And basically it's a way of life.
Bueno, para mí es un trabajo.
Basically coffee is for her is a lifestyle. All that involves day by day is coffee. All her family works in here, so it means everything for her.
So not only they have more permanent and secure jobs, but they have knowledge that none of us has, okay? And they start to see that they do have the opportunity to make a profession.
Maybe in my words, most of the process it's on Ermelinda's hands. I trust in her eyes and her nose with the process. Every time that we do something different or like a special lot, I always talk with her and she's always on point.
So our mission is to become experts not only in the agricultural part of the business, obtaining as best possible coffee cherries, but also in processing coffee. The three processes that we use, which are basically new processes in terms of the way that coffee has been processed for 100 years, is that we do naturals, honeys, and we do anaerobic processing coffees. We don't do any wash coffee, which is basically what everybody drinks. Because wash coffees, they consume a lot of water that just goes away and it basically creates more pollution in the ecosystem. So we said, well, why do we have to wash the coffee? I mean, we're taking away the juicy part, which makes coffee so much better tasting. So here what we have is a lot of mountains. These mountains, they are perfect for specialty coffee, small lots, micro lots, nano lots, because each little microclimate creates a different profile. So our job, or one of our missions, is to try to understand those little microclimates and be able to offer coffees from a specific area that says, okay, this is going to be a perfect coffee this year because of the conditions of the microclimate, be it the shade, the age of the trees, the rain that it got during the rainy season. What I would want to do is I want to be able to not only sell specialty coffee, but also help the ecosystem by having good practices in coffee in terms of the way that you plant, the shade trees that you have, and the way that you take care of the soil so that you have a healthy soil, which is one of the biggest problems that everybody has. I mean, the soils are so depleted that it's difficult to get any good produce.
The transformation of putting a plant into the soil, seeing it grow, seeing it give you like really nice coffee cherries, pick it up and then dry it and then roast it and cup it. I think all that process that you have to wait for at least 4 years and be there and be so anxious to see the outcome, I think all that keeps me like going and going.
There is so many opportunities for everybody, and I'm talking about employees and the country, but we just need to shift our thinking. What I like about the Finca really is to see all of these benefits in terms of not only people, but in terms of the ecosystem. Each cup of coffee that you have is saving the planet. You're contributing somehow to restoring the ecosystems.